Hi everybody, I hope you're all doing well tonight. I'm very happy to be here playing for the topic. My name is Benjamin Ashton and tonight I'm going to play you some of my arrangements of traditional songs and also some of my own songs. So I hope you enjoy it. Down yonder glen, there lives a ploughman lad. Some summer day he'll on my own. Sing laddie hi, sing laddie ho. Ploughman lads are all the go. I love his teeth, I love his skin, I love the very cards he hurls in. Sing laddie hi, sing laddie ho. Ploughman lads are all the go. Down yonder glen, I could have got a miller, but the smell of dust would have done you ill. Sing laddie hi, sing laddie ho. Ploughman lads are all the go. Down yonder glen, I could have got a merchant, but all his things were not worth a groat. Sing laddie hi, sing laddie ho. Ploughman lads are all the go. I see him coming to yonder town with all his ribbons hanging round and round. Sing laddie hi, sing laddie ho. Ploughman lads are all the go. Down yonder glen, there lives a ploughman lad. Some summer day he'll be on my own. Sing laddie hi, sing laddie ho. Ploughman lads are all a go. Yeah, so that was my arrangement of the traditional song Ploughman Lads. I based that one on the singing of Lucy Stewart from Fetter Angus in Aberdeen, who was recorded singing it in 1959. So I'm going to follow that up with another traditional song. This one was mostly collected in England, but a little bit in Scotland, but not really anywhere else. And it was believed to be written for the broadside trade. So this is Isle of France. Advanced, a convict came to the Isle of France. Around his leg there was a ring and a chain, and his country was of the shamrock green. I'm of the shamrock, the convict cried. Has been tossed on the ocean wide for being unruly. I drew to play. I was doomed to transport for 7 long years. 6 of them, they were up and down. when the stormy winds did blow and roll and cast me in to this foreign shore. Played a noble part with some brandy. He chipped the convict's heart. Although the night is so far advanced, you shall find a friend in the Isle of France. A speedy letter went to the Queen about the wreck of the Shamrock Queen. His freedom came by a speedy post, for the absent convict they thought was lost. God bless the Coast Guard, the convict cried, for he saved my life from the ocean wide. I'll drink his health all in a flowing glass, so his success to the Isle of France. So yeah, that was Isle of France. I have to admit I had a bit of a nightmare recording this initially. I actually recorded the whole thing through about 3 days ago, but when it came to listening to it back, it turned out that I'd only recorded anything in one ear of my headphones. So yeah, I've had to come back and re-record the whole thing. So I hope you're enjoying it, but I might go and quickly double check that it's recording properly this time around. Hello everybody, I am back. I also, while I was away, took the opportunity to make myself a cup of tea, which is down there off shot, and put my guitar into a different tuning, so it's now in C, G, C, G, C, D, for those who are interested, and the last two songs were in Dadgad. The next song that I'm going to do is one that I wrote. It's about an event that took place in Bradford in 1882, where the chimney of Newlands Mill fell onto the factory and killed some of the workers. I actually learnt about this incident from a broadside when I was on the internet searching things, folk songs and things from Bradford, and yeah, so then I went and learnt the broadside, but it was terrible. So I quickly realised that I needed to write my own if I wanted to tell the tale. So yeah, essentially what happened in this story is that the mill owner, a guy called Ripley, he wanted to build the biggest chimney in the area, and he decided to build it on top of an old pit shaft. And all the experts and the builders and everything said this is a bad idea, and even while building it, it started to lean and things like that, and they had to correct it. And so yeah, and as time went on, he wanted it covered in ornamentation and things to show off his wealth. And all the builders said, it's on top of an old pit shaft. This won't work. It's dangerous. And even
once it was built and the factory was open, in a few years cracks had started to appear. But in 1882 there were cracks. There was a bulge that had appeared, and it was swaying in the wind and leaning and everything like that. And it was known around town as basically that it was going to eventually fall, and eventually it did. And so it went to court. Over 50 people died, and then when it was at court, it was ruled that it was accidental, and that it was an accidental death. And obviously there was outrage at this because everybody knew it was going to fall, and it was and Ripley had been warned numerous times when building it, and so I thought the incident deserved a song about it. So this is my song, Newlands Mill.
Come gather round and hear my tale, come listen unto me. I'll sing to you of pain and sorrow, a song of tragedy. At Newlands Mill near West Bowling, not far from Bradford town, upon the honest folk within the chimney came crashing down. They saw them off, they cut the corners and didn't need warning, and justice never was done. Each day full-on wage slaves were drawn to the factory to break their backs. They'd look up high to see a smoke-stained sky and a chimney filled with cracks. It would bulge and break, and the rocks had fallen before the fateful day. But attention to the warnings offered the owners, they would not pay. They sold them off, they cut the corners and didn't need warning, and justice never was done. Now on the 28th day of December, as for work, James began to stir. To his mother he said, someone there will be dead before breakfast is o'er. The masters know much better than you, they will never put you in danger. But how wrong she was, because they just didn't care to their ways. She was a stranger, they saw them off, they cut the corners and didn't need warning, and justice never was done. The day progressed like every day in drudgery and gloom, and as the clock struck 8, many stayed and ate their breakfast at their looms. Then the chimney swayed up high above as a cold wind did blow, and with one swing it dropped 4,000 tons on top of the workers down below. They saw them off, they cut the corners and didn't need warning, and justice never was done. The town it rushed to help to save the boys and women, and girls and men. It took 3 days to find all of those inside. Some would never breathe again. Over 50 dead, many more instead were injured, maimed or scarred. And as it went to court, well, you have thought to pin the blame. It wasn't hard. They sold them off, they cut the corners and didn't need warning, and justice never was done. But the jury said it's accidental death. How can the owners take the blame? Who in their place would have done any different? But the town didn't feel the same, for they never thought twice as they ignored advice that the chimney when they were full. They not a care for the health of those who made their wealth. Capacity could share their all. They saw them off, they cut the corners and didn't need warning, and justice never was done. Too many times throughout history, we've seen workers break and bleed. All across the lands, honest working hands have been used, have been abused by greed. So all of you gathered around me, went home or on a foreign shore. We must keep up the fight, stand for our rights, because in Bradford or Bangalore, they sell you off, they'll cut the corners, and they will not heed warning.
So yeah, that's the tale of Newlands Mill. I'm going to go now and do something else traditional. This is a song. It's probably one of the first folk songs I ever knew, when I knew what folk songs were. Obviously, I knew a few already, nursery rhymes and things like that. I just didn't know that I knew them. This is actually one of probably the most recent arrangement I've done. It's a song called Bonny like Horseman. Ooh. And it has a chorus as well that you can join in with at home if you would like to. Which goes: so broken hearted I'll wander for the loss of my lover. My bonny light horseman was slain in the wars. Like that. If you want to join in, feel free to at home. So yeah, actually I'm going to turn this around. But yeah, this is Bonny Light Horseman. Bonaparte, he commanded his troops for to stand, and he placed his cannon right over the land, and he placed on his cannon the victory to gain, and he slew the light horseman all over the plain. Broken hearted I will wander for the loss of my lover. My bonny light horseman was slain in the wars. It's been 3 years and 6 months since he left England's shore. My bonny light horseman, it's him I adore. He was mounted on horseback, so gallant and free, and through the whole regiment respected was he. Broken hearted I will wander for the loss of my lover. My bonny light horseman was slain in the wars. Had I wings of an eagle, so quickly I'd fly unto the same spot where my true love does lie. And when my 2 wings I would beat on his
his sweet lips that are cold in the clay. Broken hearted I will wander for the loss of my lover. My bonny light horseman was slain in the wars.
So yeah, that was Bonny Light Horseman. I think next I'm going to do one of my own songs. I wrote this song a few months ago, if that. And it's one of the sort of what I'll call many lockdown songs I wrote during lockdown. Which is sort of about lockdown and sort of not. It very much has that sort of being trapped indoors. I'd say vibe, but literal lyrics in that sense. So yeah, this thing's called It's Been a Long Time.
Faded are the colors of my walls, and bolted are my windows and my doors. Tattered is the carpet, threadbare is the chair, much like my appearance in need of some repair. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Ragged are my clothes from tip to toe, by the clock's endless blows. My beard is hanging heavy, dangling towards the floor. My hairline's receding where it's never been before. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since those good old days when I was doing fine. But someday you'll see me shine again, and I'll be running free beneath the wild sky. And these days all I do is hide away, watching this life pass me by. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Voices coming from my radio, closest thing to friendship that I know. I watch the trains come crashing by each and every day. I've seen so many faces, but they never catch my gaze. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since those good old days when I was doing fine. But someday you'll see me shine again, and I'll be running free beneath the wild, wild sky. And these days all I do is hide away, watching this life pass me by. It's been a long time. It's been a long time.
So yeah, that was It's Been a Long Time. Just gonna take a drink of water as well. Just realised I've been completely ignoring my cup of tea as well. Oh well. So next. Next I'm gonna do another one of my own songs. This song's a good few years old. I wrote it when I got back from one of my trips to Australia. I initially went there as a student in my second year of university and studied in Adelaide for 6 months. And I went back later after uni and a bit of work. But yeah. The second time round, I got a bit homesick, and so when I got home, I wrote this song. This is called Longing for the North, and it's also a bit of a love song to Bradford, which there aren't enough of those, so yeah, this is Longing for the North.
If I had gold and silver, I would refuse to be a king. I'd trade it all for nothing more than a ticket that would bring me to some distant station. For this house is not my own, and my days are spent in quiet lament, longing for the north. If I were a sailor, I would head straight down to the docks. I'd steal a boat away at float to spy familiar rocks. And if I were a soldier, I would march right across the land. Though my feet would soar, I would no more be longing for the north. If you asked me to marry, I would decline to take your hand. Though your embrace is sweet, you would keep me in this land. But my heart, it loves another, and it would not forgive me so. I would lose my days in wistful haze, longing for the north. I close my eyes at night and let the visions fill my mind of an old indoor on yonder moor, of faces that are kind, of mills that fill the valleys, this chimney standing proud. But when I awake, my heart does ache, longing for the north. I gaze upon the sunset morning, another day gone by. A far-off light sits in the night, a signal in the sky. Oh, northern star, please guide me to a far-off dale or glen. From here I'll flee, no more I'll be longing for the north. Come hear my plea, I want to be going to the north.
So yeah, that was Longing for the North. I think this next song is going to be my last song. So I'd like to say thank you for listening, if you've lasted this long, and a big thanks to the topic for having me. So yeah, as I mentioned previously, before the last song, I was a student in Adelaide many years ago, and it very quickly became apparent that I was going to run out of money because everything's expensive over there. And so me and my friend took to busking, and that was sort of the first time I'd ever performed in front of anybody who wasn't family or friends. And yeah, and the first 50 bucks would go on beer, and the next 20 was food, and anything after was probably beer, more beer money. And yeah, there's a song called All For Me Grog that always reminds me of my time in Australia. Basically about spending all your money on alcohol. And so yeah, and it was also adopted by Australians as well as one of their folk songs, as well as an English one, and called Across the Western Plains, their version was. So I thought I would add some extra verses about my time in Australia to the traditional song, and yeah, so that's what I'm going to sing. There is a chorus, some of you may know it, which goes like this. So if you want to join in, it's
all for me grog, me jolly jolly grog. All for me beer and tobacco, for I spent all me tin with the lasses drinking gin, and across the western ocean I must wander.
So yeah, join in at home. Anything that starts with a E minor is one of my verses, and anything with that same tune as the chorus is from the the old song.
All for me grog, me jolly jolly grog. All for me beer and tobacco, for I spent all me tin with the lasses drinking gin, and across the western ocean I must wander. I'd strum the songs on Rumble Mall and make a tidy sum, then take me feet down in the street to spend it all on nothing more than all on me grog. Me jolly jolly grog would win me over once again. I'm sick in the head, for I haven't been to bed since first I came ashore with me plunder. I see centipedes and snakes, and I'm full of pains and aches, so I better make a push out over yonder. All for me grog, me jolly jolly grog. All for me beer and tobacco, for I spent all me tin with the lasses drinking gin, and across the western ocean I must wander. I shot with speed on burnt out knees across the western plains, with squinting eyes and sweating flies, town after town I'd be surrounded, all by me grog. Me jolly jolly grog would take me over once again. Where are me boots, me noggin noggin boots, all gone for beer and tobacco, and the heels they are worn out, and the soles are knocked about, and me toes are looking out for better weather. All for me grog, me jolly jolly grog. All for me beer and tobacco, for I spent all me tin with the lasses drinking gin, and across the western ocean I must wander. With shout and steel, no need to fear, just outlaws on the run, outlandish deeds and gums that bleed, a concrete kiss soaked in bravado. All for me grog, me jolly jolly grog would work me over once again. Where is me shirts, me noggin noggin shirts, all gone for beer and tobacco, and the collar is worn out, and the front is knocked about, and the tail is looking out for better weather. All for me grog, me jolly jolly grog. All for me beer and tobacco, for I spent all me tin with the lasses drinking gin, and across the western ocean I must wander. All for me grog, me jolly jolly grog. All for me beer and tobacco, for I spent all me tin with the lasses drinking gin, and across the western ocean I must wander.